I'm back. Is 2023 the year that's fixed everything?
Scientists just pulled up the tomb of the Egyptian god Osiris.
Is he a good god?
God of the dead.
Of course he is. Let's just put him back.
Pele, the former Pope, Ken Block, Vivienne Westwood and Fred White all died.
Surely not consequences of our actions. A story of human history.
COVID variant XBB.1.5 is the most transmissible to date.
Two things everyone can agree need to give up. COVID and Donald Trump.
People are upset that the Joker is a pregnant man in the latest Batman comic.
Here's some worse news for them. He wears makeup too.
The American government can't run because they can't elect a House Speaker.
They could elect my wife. She speaks for everyone in my house.
Hawkeye actor Jeremy Renner is in intensive care after a snowplow accident.
Probably just couldn't hear it coming.
So is Damar Hamlin after suffering cardiac arrest during Monday Night Football.
Okay, but they're both still alive.
Yep, Hamlin even asked if they won the game. Doctors told him, "You won the game of life."
You told him he won a board game?
And to finish off the week, 4 people died when 2 helicopters collided in Australia.
All that in a week? I'll be in the hibernation station. I've been gone a month. Please tell me the world's better.
There's a video of 5 police officers in Memphis beating to death Tyree Nichols.
If 2020 had a tagline, it would be, and nobody learned anything.
January has the most mass shootings on record.
Are we running out of thoughts and prayers?
The doomsday clock is the closest it's ever been to midnight.
Nuclear war might be in our best interests.
We should say mummified persons instead of mummies now.
We wouldn't want to upset someone who's been dead 5,000 years.
Archaeologists in Egypt discovered papyrus containing the Book of the Dead.
Why aren't we looking for the stone of everything's gonna be okay?
Flash floods in New Zealand are killing people.
Reminder, Mother Nature doesn't discriminate. She hates all of us.
Classified documents have been found in both Biden and Pence's house.
Can't they just keep them in a calculator app like the rest of us?
And Canadian super pigs could invade the US.
Well, I hope for their sake they're bulletproof. I'll be in the hibernation station. I'm back. Tell me February got the world back on track.
Over 50,000 people are dead after an earthquake in Turkey.
It's the most Turkey-related deaths outside of Thanksgiving.
There's international tension after they found Chinese spy balloons all over North America.
As long as they can't see my browser history, I don't care.
China also appears to have joined Russia's World War III team.
Best thing at this point would be to nuke us all and let the world start again.
And China has cloned 3 super cows and trained drug-sniffing squirrels.
That's why they're the superpower. Innovation.
Artificial intelligence has feelings.
We're all just pretending we don't know how this ends.
Mass shootings.
Let me guess, at a school, a grocery store, a child died. It's like every other month.
The Taliban are bored of running Afghanistan.
Who would have thought plotting terror attacks would seem easy compared to a 9 to 5?
Can't say fat in a Roald Dahl book anymore, and Dilbert's cancelled because the creator is racist.
One of those two things I'm good with.
The CDC think avian flu, Marburg virus, or fungal infections will be the next pandemic.
Sounds like the CDC wants some attention.
Scientists have discovered a new core at the centre of the Earth.
Who's that helping?
And a 2,000-year-old wooden object suggests Romans use sex toys.
Anything's a sex toy if you're brave enough. I'll be in the hibernation station. Spring is in the air!
So was a tornado that just killed 26 in Mississippi.
Just got here, my head's already spinning.
The US government are determined to ban TikTok.
They'll do whatever Mark Zuckerberg pays them to do.
They revived the zombie virus and people are getting killed by eye drops.
Yet nothing surprises me at this point.
While multiple untreatable fungal infections are spreading all over the world.
But 15 minutes without a public health scare would be nice.
97-year-old Dick Van Dyke was in a car crash.
2023, shouldn't he be Penis Van Lesbian?
The International Criminal Court have issued an arrest warrant for Vladimir Putin.
And I DM'd Sydney Sweeney asking to go on a date. Some things are just useless.
World Athletics has banned trans women from female sports.
You were only saying that so they'll argue in the comments.
Seaweed twice the size of America is heading straight for Florida.
It has to hit somewhere. Make it Florida.
Banks are collapsing.
They have something in common with my hopes and dreams.
A chocolate factory exploded in Pennsylvania.
Willy Wonka needs the insurance money.
And Kanye West likes Jewish people again after watching Jonah Hill in 21 Jump Street.
And to think I only like rappers because I watched Eminem in 8 Mile. I'll be in the hibernation station. It's April and we outside!
Mass shootings in Tennessee, Kentucky and Alabama make it 163 in 106 days in America.
You know the only thing all these mass shootings have in common?
Dead people?
No, guns. I was going to say guns.
In an act of defiance against Ron DeSantis, Disney is hosting the world's largest LGBTQ+ conference.
Aren't we trying to prevent mass shootings?
Scientists have said researching exotic viruses could cause deadly outbreaks.
Well, I could have told you that. Well, I did tell you that.
A 21-year-old leaked American military documents on a Discord server, which has pushed us closer to World War III.
America's really smart. They're like, you can't spy on us if there ain't nothing to spy on.
Montana is banning TikTok.
That's why I started a Schmonlish Man's.
Apparently all blue-eyed people are related.
2023 bringing incest to the table.
A man got caught disguising himself as a woman so he could play in an all-female chess tournament.
Gives a new meaning to trans porn.
And 18,000 cows were exploded by their own farts.
Probably the quickest way to move them. I'll be in the hibernation station. I'm back, and I've got a feeling things are better.
America has had more mass shootings than I can even count.
Must be indigestion then.
Meanwhile, instead of banning guns, they're banning drag queens.
Only a good guy in a dress stops a bad guy with a dress.
People are boycotting Bud Light because they advertised with a trans woman.
Maybe we could get her to advertise oxygen.
The Pope gave women the right to vote.
What next? They'll be able to wear trousers?
Sudan is essentially in the middle of a civil war.
At least they're being civil.
One side broke into a biolab full of diseases.
Let's start putting biolabs in safer places, shall we?
Speaking of, there's another COVID variant.
Don't care.
The original vaccines are no longer approved for use.
Is that them officially saying they didn't work?
The Moderna CEO made almost $400 million last year.
All from injecting people with something that may or may not have worked. Perfect.
A sperm donor has been ordered to stop after fathering almost 550 kids.
Ordered to stop donating or ordered to stop?
And Jerry Springer, Barry Humphries, Henry Belafonte, and Len Goodman all died.
Well, if they're with Len Goodman, they all went to heaven. I'll be in the hibernation station. I'm back, and I stayed away extra long this time.
275 dead and 1,200 more injured after signal failure caused a train crash in India.
Well, that answers it then.
Answers what?
Two trains travelling towards each other. When do they collide? Yesterday.
Experts think AI is going to destroy humanity.
Alan Iverson's getting blamed for a lot.
Prince Harry was involved in a high-speed car chase through Manhattan.
Harry putting the moron in high-speed car chase through Manhattan is an oxymoron.
Belarus is offering to give away free nukes, and China said war with US would be an unbearable disaster.
Yeah, I'd describe nuclear war as unbearable.
Racist chants got so bad towards a Brazilian soccer player in Spain, they lowered the lights on Christ the Redeemer in protest.
He became Christ the Redeemer.
Monkeypox is making a comeback, and fungal infections like ringworm are becoming drug resistant.
But at least COVID's over, right?
Now hold that thought. Tina Turner died, meanwhile Robert De Niro and Al Pacino are having babies.
Get so famous you can die of old age while making babies. That's the goal.
If all of that's not bad enough, Netflix is clamping down on password sharing.
Doesn't affect me, I've got no friends, so I live in a hibernation station. I'm home, and June's always quiet.
We uncovered a world of monkey torture videos.
Punishment for torturing animals should be get tortured by animals.
The media was captivated by 5 billionaires who died trying to see the Titanic.
Proof money can't buy you brains or oxygen.
Meanwhile, there's almost no reports of the hundreds of migrants that died at sea.
Media cares about the wealthy, not the needy.
Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk have challenged each other to a fight.
What is it with billionaires? I'm only watching if it's a fight to the death.
Russia almost had civil war, but within 24 hours was fixed by the leader of Belarus.
The most surprising part is they listened to Putin's little bitch boy.
Millions of cannibalistic Mormon crickets invaded Nevada.
Didn't know insects were religious.
Giant African snails the size of bananas are potentially spreading lungworm and meningitis through Florida.
That's a shame, but Florida though.
The USDA approved lab-grown chicken meat.
If you can Kentucky fry it, I'll eat it.
Scientists also created synthetic human embryos.
Artificial intelligence and artificial people. The end is nigh.
US and China relations improved.
That's a step forward.
But then the next day, Joe Biden called President Xi a dictator.
That's a step backwards.
Lastly, Hunter Biden pled guilty to tax and gun charges.
Was that thunder or Republicans simultaneously ejaculating? I'll be in the hibernation station. I'm back, and July is always great, right?
A toddler has shot someone every week in the USA for the last 2 years.
Someone needs to stop this pint-sized lunatic.
A brain-eating amoeba just killed a 2-year-old.
Was it the same one shooting everyone?
The world is on fire.
Metaphorically been on fire since 2020.
Millions of fish just washed up on the Gulf of Mexico because it's too hot to hold oxygen.
Still nobody cares about climate change, it's why I wear this hat.
Over 100 million people signed up for the Threads app, giving Meta access to all their health data.
What's Zuckerberg gonna do? Sell it to pharmaceutical companies so they know what drugs to make to maximise profit?
Yeah.
Why do I ask?
Aspartame causes cancer.
Oh, the calorie-free sweetening chemical isn't good for you? Sign me up.
Sharks in Florida are doing the cocaine lost by drug runners.
What in the incestuous island boys goes on down there?
A male gorilla gave birth in Ohio.
Maybe they identified as male.
A trans woman won Miss Netherlands.
You can argue about that amongst yourselves.
And actors are on strike in part to ensure AI can't be used to replace them.
When a union strikes, we all stand with them.
But now people are making thousands a day pretending to be AI on TikTok Live.
Only humans could want to get rid of something so that we could be it ourselves. I'll be in the hibernation station. I'm back, it's the best month of the year.
Apparently there's proof aliens visit Earth.
Why would they want to visit Earth?
Global warming's over. Scientists now say we're at global boiling.
They should just visit once we've cooked ourselves.
Trump just got indicted for the 3rd time and faces up to 700 years in jail.
That's like half of Joe Biden's life.
Mitch McConnell temporarily died, and Dianne Feinstein's 90 and still in Congress.
Shouldn't be allowed to run a country if you think an Apple Watch is staring at fruit.
Speaking of things that won't die, COVID cases are on the rise and leprosy could be an endemic.
I'm just going to assume the leprosy started erupting in Florida?
The 46,000-year-old worm they brought back to life had babies.
Better check once dead ancient hermaphroditic invertebrate reproducing off my 2023 bingo card.
Twitter is now X.
Nobody's calling it that.
Yep, and it's going to be the streaming service for a Musk vs. Zuckerberg fight.
It's already been 15 minutes since a billionaire did something stupid.
Lizzo is getting sued for making backup dancers eat bananas from vaginas.
Do we have to call bananas glizzos now?
Pee Wee Herman and Sinead O'Connor died.
Nothing compares to this.
And no 8th grader at LeBron James's I Promise school has passed the state math test in 3 years.
Yes, that's why it's called I Promise, not I Long Division. I'll be in the hibernation station. I'm back. Surely things are better.
Hurricane Hillary is about to batter the west coast of the US.
Took a while, but finally a Hillary is destroying California.
Trump was indicted for a 4th time and a 5th might be on the way.
That's more indictments than years he was president.
Japan sent $2 million in aid to Hawaii.
They're supposed to be grateful. The Pearl Harbor movie alone was $140 million.
Fat Bottom Girls has been removed from Queen's Greatest Hits album.
They're offended because they make the rocking world go round.
Russia crashed a spacecraft into the moon.
Back on their Sputnik bullshit.
Belarus has threatened to nuke anyone who's aggressive towards them.
Nothing suspect about nuking Russian enemies with nukes Russia gave you.
Cheems, the Doge meme dog, died.
Can't get worse than an animal dying.
So did Lolita, the killer whale that was in captivity for over 50 years.
I guess it can.
So did Michael Parkinson and Ron Cephas-Jones.
And there's the beloved celebrity deaths.
Michael Orr said his heartwarming story from The Blind Side was just made up.
We're shocked that someone who adopted a kid because they were a freak athlete didn't do the right thing.
Michael Jackson's sexual abuse lawsuits have been revived.
He was a smooth criminal, but those boys must be he-he's by now.
Britney Spears is getting a divorce.
Oops, she did it again.
And a highly mutated COVID variant could be resistant to current vaccines.
And of course, the plague. I'll be in the hibernation station. I'm back and ready for the school year.
Yeah, and UNC has already had 2 lockdowns because of active shooters.
And that's what defines back to school season.
Bob Barker died at 99.
Closest to 100 without going over.
So did the lead singer of Smash Mouth, Steve Harwell.
I guess the years do stop coming.
Ashton Kutcher publicly supported a convicted rapist.
Should probably resign as chairman of his anti-sex abuse organization then.
Mexico claims to have aliens.
Vengo en son de paz.
Scientists may have found life 120 million light years away.
If they know who we are, they'd leave us on red.
Over 300 people died after an earthquake in Morocco and 11,000 died after floods in Libya.
It's almost like if you abuse Earth, she fights back.
There's a military coup in Gabon and their president Ali Bongo is on house arrest.
Ali Bongo, is that brother?
North Korea and Russia are now besties.
I'm actually hoping for nuclear war at this point.
A human embryo was created without sperm or an egg.
Why would they do that? The only good part about humans is getting to make them.
And Sir David Attenborough,
Don't you dare,
will be hosting Our Planet 3.
You can't do that to me. I'll be in the hibernation station. I'm back and ready for spooky season.
Is it spooky that Israel has declared war on Hamas?
I thought Salsa Dip declared that years ago. Oh no, it was hummus.
Russia's war with Ukraine is at almost 600 days and they want to reverse their nuclear test ban.
Because you know who should decide if Russia can test nukes? Russia.
Biden is continuing Trump's border war because that's where the funds are allocated and they can't be moved.
If funds can go to a porn star, I'm pretty sure we can reallocate them.
His dog has also been kicked out of the White House because it's bitten 11 Secret Service agents.
I trust the dog.
France have caused an international bedbug crisis.
Now you go for long enough without letting them bite.
Mexico presented the alien life they found and it was out of the news cycle the next day.
That means they're either real or look like a middle school science project.
We lost Dick Butkus, Michael Gambon and Dianne Feinstein.
Dianne Feinstein had been dead for a while. They must have just announced it.
New York City flooded and now they're worried about a hepatitis outbreak because so many people danced in it without shoes on.
Why would you dance barefoot in a sewage rat graveyard?
Taylor Swift plays for the NFL or something.
That's a direct quote from my mother.
Hundreds died after an earthquake in Afghanistan.
There's Mother Nature. Is COVID still making a comeback?
Sure is, and how often do you think about the Roman Empire?
I don't know, whenever I'm in the hibernation station. I'm back. Tell me everything is pumpkin spiced awesome.
Jada Pinkett Smith cut off Will Smith's tiny little testicles and paraded them around for us all to laugh at.
She really did that?
Metaphorically, Britney Spears said her and Justin Timberlake had an abortion.
Hit my baby one more time.
Over 4,000 civilians have been killed in the Israel-Hamas war.
That number's only going to get higher when the nukes come out.
Since the war started, anti-Semitic posts are up 1,200% and crimes up 800%.
Awful that war and Kanye West have the same effect on people.
The government are now allowed to contact social media companies to remove content.
So if you want to go viral, post what the government wants you to say.
There's still no Speaker of the House, so American government can't function.
I thought Jim Jordan was what they called Michael Jordan in practice.
Sir Bobby Charlton died.
Arguably the best English football player of all time with the worst comb-over of all time.
They found out who killed Tupac.
With everything going on right now, I'm glad they're solving crimes from 20 years ago.
Litter is now banned in Europe.
What are the gays gonna do?
India declined to legalise same-sex marriage.
So let's take all the leftover glitter and dump it in India.
And are you wearing your own face?
Oh yeah, merch link in bio. I'll be in the hibernation station. I'm back and it's pitch black at 4 p.m.
This happens every year, yet people still act like it's the first time.
You know we don't learn from the past.
That would explain why Osama bin Laden has got a bunch of new supporters.
What, did the terrorist who orchestrated 9/11 start a posthumous OnlyFans?
They saw a letter he wrote to America 20 years ago and found bits they liked.
It's like liking Hitler because he helped an old lady cross the street.
Which he did do once, she just didn't want to cross. The Washington Post reported that Israel and Hamas have agreed to a ceasefire.
You don't seem happy.
Because they haven't.
That'll help people trust the media.
Prince William has been named world's sexiest bald man.
Jada Pinkett Smith lost to the air with no hair.
X is losing all its major advertisers because Elon Musk keeps doubling down on his anti-Semitic rhetoric.
It's like he hates Jews more than he likes money.
Gonorrhea cases have hit record highs in England.
When will people learn you don't have it if you don't get tested?
President Biden had a very productive meeting with China's President Xi.
Well, that's good.
Called him a dictator the next day.
But she called him the same thing, just without the tater.
After 1,400 earthquakes in one day, Iceland has a volcano that's about to erupt.
If I was the Earth, I'd want to blow up too.
And Snoop Dogg has quit smoking.
A world with a sober Snoop is not one I want to be a part of. I'll be in the hibernation station. I'm back. Tell me 2023's finishing with a bang.
Well, the wars between Israel and Hamas and Russia and Ukraine are getting worse.
I meant a metaphorical bang.
Legendary British actor Tom Wilkinson died.
There'll never again be a full Monty.
And so did the guys who invented avocado toast and the Glock handgun.
Scientific fact, no one person loves both avocado toast and firearms.
COVID cases are back on the rise with variant JN1.
Ah, so the thing that started this mess years ago is still around.
Donald Trump has been banned by 2 states for running for president.
Ah, so the thing that started this mess years ago is still around.
A robot at Tesla's Texas factory attacked an engineer.
We've been wanting the robots to take over for a while now.
And hundreds of venomous deep-sea creatures washed up on the shores of Chennai.
Land-bound venomous sea creatures completes my 2023 bingo card. Anything good going into 2024?
The list of who visited Jeffrey Epstein's island is going to be released.
Ruined careers and more content for me.
And NASA have a trip to the sun planned.
Better make sure they go in the daytime.
Why does that matter?
The sun's not out at night. Be in the hibernation station.